My name is Jeff. On my way back from doing laundry, I wanted to talk about a movie that really stuck out to me as a kid. The name of the movie was I think I already talked about this somewhere along the way, but this is a really good movie. You've got Charlie Sheen when he was young, and you've got John Cusack, and you've got some other really recognizable faces. I just feel like they don't really make movies like that anymore, where it's just kind of like this really strong male ensemble. And it's a really good period piece. It's about I think it's the 1919, the Red Sox or the Yankees? Damn. I think it's the Yankees. No, I think it's the Red Sox. Darn. Anyway, one of those. And, in terms of baseball, unbeatable. They were elite. I think John Cusack played Shoeless Joe Jackson. They were literally unbeatable. And, so I guess the problem was they didn't pay players enough or something, but during a celebration
where they had just won the pennant, some guys, powerful, gambling guys in New York, I think, convinced him to throw. They convinced 8 of the best players to throw the World Series. And so these guys agree without telling their teammates. And, they're considered an absolute shoo-in to win the World Series. And then they start blowing it and missing ground balls and, striking out, stuff like that. And before you know it, they're down, and there's like 2 guys or 3 guys who are not corrupted. I think there's one guy who said no, and then the other guys just don't know what the hell's going on. And, it's just kind of a sad story of corruption. And then I think they get found out, and they blow the whole thing out of the water, and they're known to this day as the one team who threw the World Series. I don't believe that's the only time that's happened. I mean, you've got people like Pete Rose who are gambling on baseball while he's managing a team and stuff like that. But it was for the time, and for the longest time, it was a huge scandal and a huge shame, a huge stain on the sport. And then, along came Barry Bonds. Just kidding. No, but
one of the lines that I really like from Godfather 2, I think it was Hyman Roth's character says, I've always been a fan of baseball since they threw the World Series in 1919. So there's people like that. There's people like that they fucked it up. But I just go on a tangent here and sort of editorialize. I think that that's what makes I think that's what's behind American sports. Are old men betting on young men playing sports. I mean, if you knew the money that circulates. I mean, one time I looked at the salaries of the people who plan the bowls, the major bowls, like the Fiesta Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Doritos Bowl, or whatever, the Rose Bowl, those bowl games. Those guys who probably only work 4 months out of the year, those guys are in the 6 figures for their salary. And if you ever read the newspaper, and any story about coaches or anything like that, you look at their salary, these guys are like, again, 6 figures. It's insane. So I think that I just think there's so much money around sports, and sports has survived for so long, and all of that because old men like betting on sports, and I'm not sure exactly what the Houston Astros cheating scandal was. Obviously, I mentioned Barry Bonds. There is a sort of history of scandals in baseball, but that was like the first big one. And if I remember, they were found out. And for some of these guys, like Shoeless Joe Jackson, he was considered at the time like a perfect baseball player, and so it really tarnished his record. They erased all his records, kind of like Pete Rose, erased everything, tarnished his, tarnished everything. So I think it's a testament to probably at that time, 1919, these guys just weren't getting paid enough. It's usually the reason behind cheating and crime and all that stuff. But anyway, I seem to remember. And then they have a court case. There's a big court trial and everything. And I seem to remember Charlie. I think I gotta say, I'm pretty sure it's Charlie Sheen, and also John Cusack gave a great performance. And it was just kind of a good, interesting movie having to do with crime and politics and baseball and everything. And I really enjoyed it. And I recommend, if you're looking for a good movie that was made in the 80s about baseball, I'm pretty confident you can